Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You were till for a PENDREAM TV in Pacho. When him say the news not all from an the bro. News say all babeti in Pacho. So what in Trebia and as what in Trefa. News be I present your platform you saw for your voice note not for sending it. I was 0277 128 777. The debate 2 PENDREAM FM so Magana for you not on can. Yanko T and a story I did bro.
Ivan Che innocent 10 minutes. Obeche your topic here today. The Ghana we deserve, lost hope, path to restoration. O my Ghana na esefata ye no. Eno ma ye chime to ye ewo kwanu. Nia ye betiba ye. Nia ye nsiesie na Ghana afa ne ntema pa efra. Eno ne asema edapono so a ye di unkomo enano pay. Wabra ye virtual forum. You buy a number of these. I mean, there'll be a time you be bodja ewo you fear her and then the home chrono banti. You buy a sanoma we be bre and sana about war ebosumeno enyaba. It's Ivan Che innocent and the too far sabri. 10 minutes. Ivan.
The dika mencha be na mencha what here for. Now, Menkasa, this is the second time you have this conversation. The first time, we were asking ourselves, are we really independent as a country? And I think the conclusion I running into based on the kind of analysis clearly actually say you're independent. Because Meka says our percent which says we are independent, or mine must assert certain economic dominance via Elema Nipa who say or mine Nankasa then the people in the country Nankasa so benya certain economic independence bia sabi otinchan be hu say amanfo asetenam na nhihye ekoye but as we speak say you and I know say Ghana o man nankasa ne ho na campus ordinary person abede ne ho and they are very interesting kwa ne say all the critical infrastructure sabi ema o man no betimi atia gina ade ne ho no ene ne nyina e foreigners and some so be kaya recently internet outage a yenya and I reveal it to most of Ghanaians, even the internet connectivity and as for crowd are buying any control over. Say look at our banking sector. The banking sector now because major players no more industry are foreign banks, telecommunication industry. All the major players are all foreign banks. So ask yourself, say the BBC Chrome has a see like political instability, and we've seen it in Russia when Russia attack Ukraine. All some of the major companies from America, Europe, and other way to pull it out of Russia. But I'm saying Russia to build a certain level of way before itself. And pull it out, they didn't suffer much. But today, ask yourself, if there is economic instability, and I say political instability in Ghana, now these companies like MTN, Vodafone, your friend is saying, almost all the players, the foreign banks decided to pull out. Then you ask yourself, what will be the state of this country? O mine na ye bu no bekwa say so sa niema we dey say take as a country na ye people into the future they be say 67 years after independence e fa na yakwa koduru and at u bisa me ka kiro say yenko ba bia so as people no we need to do sit down politics na ye no e say so ba mfaso leadership ne na se for ye ni na ye e de nipa that was the last time I was telling people say the whole essence of leadership no it must focus on humanity. The president and the obey biano central team no humanity providing essential services many pardon governance here for me no but ask yourself I never be a Gina Ghana are we proud of ourselves be a Gina the ordinary and the average Ghanaian free and we are far from being free, especially young people. So we be president of Abidjan stage giving the state of the nation's address, all important address are highlighting all major areas in the country. And for a period of almost 2 solid hours, and he could not even say anything about youth unemployment. You and I know, sir, youth unemployment, about a crisis are surged to the fever pitch. And the veil of despondency, youth, so we are mind now, we are very serious. And the first thing you tackle is to ensure, sir, you provide a platform to where young people making a leverage. But like I said, obedience access to talent anymore. Obia or talent. We because but there are other hidden potential in the panum. So a minor build a platform, you'll be able to leverage all this potential, be potentiating the talent in the panum now coming to bear. But is that kind of platform I build there? There is absolutely nothing. And to see a mind, you move anymore. I think there, baby, I will see the trade industrialization. Now you're making sure, say, we are going full year. production ebekosro. Because I hear a mind to say China quite recently now I was telling you. China 50 years ago was one of the poorest countries in the world, and more classify or more with countries like Sudan and Asaphorum. But they sat down and realized, they said, no, we can't go this because China, we have the numbers. So why can't we leverage our numbers for economic progress? They realize, so I'm go into phone, no, some more phone now. The number of Chinese who met me touch Chinese phone, no, it also change the number of Americans because they are running to billions. So they started, and over here quite recently, no music can depreciate. It was deliberate. Depreciating the Chinese yuan. Sabaya we are China near. You will not have the economic desire to go for iPhone. The only option you have is to buy from the local industry. And then today, all the major companies in China are said here booming spillover. Come to Africa. All the major corporations, you know, when most of them are Chinese. That is how you transform economy. And the industrialization drive now for the promise and now what failure, you know. I think that is the way the nature. Now say you perceive ya dibia money dimua. That industrialization never boying. Let us identify raw materials come over the years. You put it in the carbon thing, and then or my gold, your diamond, your manganese, your idea. Everybody send young people about number lose or call Europe, when we can put these things to use. There are young people more Saudi Arabia, and they are being sold to modern day slavery. Some are just sex toys, sex machines. For use all because of this economic desperation. So why can't we do these things here? Sabaya provide a certain economic incentive. I bet my young people bring access to work. Nobody is asking for iPhone. Nobody is asking for car. People are asking, say, at least you provide the job opportunities. Because you can other places are here, Ghana for kwe. But you don't know what banko. And I don't say Newman getting a man for a moon or hasedo. That is what they do, but in the end they make money. So why can't we do the same thing? Now say yes, I say the complemented with this industrial drive now you provided and making sure say near my na Ralph can't tell your friends say quine a control na say form. A mind to say Ghana asset now. Railway crowd a major challenge. Now no you confirm who the social media see the train be ban as for. Now oko help quine at that quine say train be fast wa. Who say you serious as a country. So I think that as people know you get your priorities right. I think the leadership probably there are a lot of chaps are more getting into mainstream leadership because of this cheap partisan politics. I'm telling you, sir, today any fool can become a president because you have money. Any idiot at all can get to the plaster house because it's just a matter of just spinning the narrative within the media, getting few people to just support you. And at the end of the day, you know, whether you have intelligence, whether you have it or not, you know, they can push you to become your friend's president. By a leadership, I go beyond and this. It is about person with vision. I bet me I take a peep into the future. I bet me I say certain analysis projection. What your people want. Yet yes, what we need presently, we don't even have it. If you go to America today, they are researching into the future. A man for America shall say Space Force and for your man shall say, hey, look, because they know that the competition in a few years to come, no, we can provide for ourselves this present, but how can we sit here and talk about the future? So I think, sir, you're transferring now beside a lot of questions. Now, near my basic things, as I hear a money panel. But like I said, Nipa does an Libya, when you shake crano, there are certain basic essentials as I have access to. Water, your friend is saying, economically, no, you should be able to, yes, accept that we are independent. But can we say the same thing here? And obi that's around, Adriano, but decry as so we are nipa that's now that's sorry. That the basic essentials, you have to rely on other people for it. And then we nipa be because at that point you cannot assert mental independence. That is what I'm telling you. So, and a lot of people are following political parties because of the obedi. Assemble people are not able to speak the truth because of the obedi. Because of kind of crowd, at the end of the day, you know, he will be blacklisted. So you are forced to be whipped into line, defending nasty things as be ordinary. You know, you will not defend. All to the detriment of this or minor and your core form. So I think that young people, we need to come together. You see, it doesn't matter where you stand across the political divide. The courage to confront evil, no, whether you support it or not. We must all rise because at the end of the day, political parties are just vehicles we use to capture political power. The ultimate destination is our country, Ghana. The love for Ghana, now I think that are diminished to the lowest level. We need to invoke the passions of nationalism and patriotism. So the love for nation, you know, ever high. As a Ghana ni dear said obitin say omani young kasaya there. But we've structured the country in such a way so at this point, Evil things that Ghana belong to few greedy people, and whatever they want, you know, they can do with it. And yet in China, as you're saying, bystanders watching from a distance while our country goes down, your friend say, so I think say, sorry, we need to become sentinels, gatekeepers, and make sure say the rate at which our near as young people know, we need to shepherd and defend our democracy. And yes, I need lose a slip to perdition at the end of the day, you know, you never be away. But my major focus has to do with employment opportunity for young people. And I think that we a government, that's our own person will lose Maya. That is why you focus, because the very moment young people become desperate and they are not getting job, everybody become a cannon fodder. Do you know how dangerous it is? You are always in a constant warfare with yourself and the immediate environment. Those people are very dangerous. Also, no near Juma or never. They can do anything. So as a minor, we don't get to that level. What triggered that revolution in the Middle East, you know? Yeah, because a young man felt, the economic independence has been taken away. There's absolutely nothing for me. So what can I do? Let me set myself ablaze. And when he did that, and it triggered a wave of violent revolution in the Middle East. And you know what happened. So I think that we need now to get there. As young people, let us drive into extreme partisan activism and emotions. Then shepherding, protecting democracy. Doesn't matter who becomes president. We should be bold enough, because that person will come and go. Wallace be president for 20 years or whatever, and Semuna Kufuor the Obeja Hako, and I know the mess he's living in his wake, about abatros on Menawo your neck. But because of greed, maybe we think that is all okay. I think that we need to rise again.
I say, Ivan say innocent and I'll tell you, and the 10 minutes and that's one, no. Mama share was Zoom, so I say, Mama catch media, no, it was Zoom, so say, bet me, I don't want to screen, so no matter wave, and the actual so later, now much my way watch, and now my say, you know, say, Mama kind home. It's Ivan and what telling can not about a dear country one, the presentation was a year quiet, and you know, here, Ghana pa, and they say, you better dealing with unemployment, because unemployment, you know, I bet the ginger and be a one shot, a bit video mine. I could say, one in the yard drain, and I said, near Wakano, one in the yard drain, who will be at the son of so. I couldn't know who bet me, Abazum, so nothing, yet to me at Tonka. It's here quiet, you know, Yabama Quenya, now the award the sauce or the sauce, near who will be son announced why they will be Sabre Yako, your president number 2, Amaro Shakur, also our Machana Huna, Edinachi, our social media, where youth activists, Ghana than Akoma Sopa. And no matter what inquire where memuno, what I dine a d, a wa barefoot interfere so at a chemo. Never any over telling Kawabra, ye bisasa. Very important question. Baby, are you free by yourself, my Ghana? Baby, are you do no ma say, a say 2 years, our quemu, a dear ye bet my year, see. In fact, answer a Jumedia Babana, question Mebusa, your presenters Nina, Wabra, you didn't command Banner, and they said, and Penindie, and answer Candy ni bang. And you hear, and yes, my person, everybody know. As soon as I'm a person would die in a day. As soon as I'm a person would die in a day. Or can Nini Bay and a gun here say, a bit my boama, you die as soon as my bam. They say, Amaro Shakur, fire call, Sabri.
That Tiffany and Shafasi. This year, they are married a drone. Yen I pin ye, yes, a Sorinian and I'm near Casa. Ubina boy a pan as Visa. In a poor money.
Shakur, Mamma, you way. And Timamo share was Zoom so. Somebody and come who now was a more. We are more. Who would say, but who dignity rights? Oh, not fair so. Mamma come Mumina, Mamo, Aquaba. Okay, Shakur, twice a year.
And you say, you're sorry near Casa and I say, this will be now boy a pa. Because I am so my woman is here in a ye. On my Ghana in a ye. And I say, and it does one you, and it does all. See, young penny for papa, no you tea sorry, and it does all. On my eye, who be one more boy. Ghana near our Tomaso, untimin casa. Ghana near Ufio Mamu, untimin casa, because o casa, and it's all casa. On my youth near Juman yet, Yaquan yet, Yensu yet, ye be bia say or married. And until I sorry, I casa. Yet is a Ghana for I say, a million no, my Kujia mine. Nanadu ya kwa baman no bedi yesu man panyi bi ba no obedi yesu no ko omukwa ye ne to man wem ye na oman ne area tiesie nyina ne ye den ne kasa Ghana ye wanda so so oman we be oman e wo gold timber manganese bauxite bibi bia gold e dey tie ni anda so say yes kasa ni anda so say o man be e say youth ye nyina sorry na kasa because sisi emi no kasa yi say youth sorry a this okodi party bi esi ansa na nanu akona ne nsa akona because ye ni adwuma ye o man e wo ma 18 cedi as a private sector 18 cedi wo ye adwuma a day 18 cedi na ye benya month 700 na sa enkoye esi nyina ye sorry na kasa ya anya ne say enye o man a o yare a o ko hospital kra unya ba bi no wada ya kwan ye yensu nye ye doom light sa utimi nkasa wako police station obi aye wade a wo no yes ko chini panebla unia no o wako police station na obi aye wa yes ko chini panebla why unim se udi bem why na yeso won sade wako o man da se nye independence se de na me bra na kan esi nyina ye ke hu bom na mpanifo no so mutie ye because ye koto abama omo omo be dada na ye koto abama omo na edu se o kasa esi enkasa ade na o ka politician se ma o man na nye oman ni nkoye oman ade bia ye bobosia every birthday ye bobosia si enke di ye bibia abo oman no yetimi fa nya hwe yesi one district one factory na nke be ye initiative papa be boy you tam ye nya adwuma ye no e wo hin ebi wo hin mu disika shem e wo hin a youth ye so ya frɛ niam ase ye kopa adwuma ye hu se bi organa youth nya adwuma nye na ye ble o ma wem ye mpanifo so o mo dwene na o mo kasama ye mpanifo ni nyina ye din asem no fu na edu o ma we so yakodi la ya to abama mpanifo ye mo dwene ma ye enu ti yakodi la to abama mo nanso mpanifo obie wa no kra na ye tiatie ye mpese o be kasa sisi Ghana ha me na o kasa yi se wunya accident na ambulance kure twem o se memfa wo omaya ye wo ma wunya accident na ambulance twem o se memfa wo na uko obi manso a Dubai katakura ha ya no sa na wo Ghana ni free ne manso na odu obi manso na akoda ne ohene free ni man Ghana odu obi manso akoda no ade na ye wo ye mam na mpanifo etete ye oma we ni daso ne ni daso be ye a this mpanifo na omo si enkoto abama omo gine oman no ho enye omo party ho si enkodi line to abama omo ye beto abama obewi a obesom party no nso oman no sisi okopa adwuma ye timi busa o party card. This is a party card. As a Ghana ni a okopa adwuma ye busa party card. So my be ni omi. Ya kwan ye, yensuo nye, school nye, bibia nye. Yan fa education enkasa. Education ye kwa education sisi a. Yesi ye free SHS wo ma we. Free SHS eye kebe bo nipa. Na so be ko free SHS mba bia kwa omunya aduane ni. Basa. Ya no kasa free SHS ba afoforo na aban ka se obe ode calculator ba omo kofi fa na ese meter ewai ye di sise bi baba na obi adi sika wom ene yese ye becheche laptop abla JSS for na ye beche laptop ama no okọ me constituency pokroma contractor akoto punum ade ya abantua neka enso ye nya sika de becheche laptop ama free SHS ye trintua contractor sika na nya sa amofra no na free sa JSS wa ba free SHS o ye nya ade ya bebo ye nyina so man ne ye nyina ye dia TCI youth so one ni party A na se party BH a oman no nka ho enu ti na youth ni nyina so ye na bo so we oni we ku party we oni we ku party we ho enye se ota party we ekom no because wa anya ya hye ne bo se me ba me du be wura police me ba me du be wura soldier mu enu ti na me ye ni able no because youth bi asolo ni adwuma ho ye wan ko ni na ma na se wan ko pe ba bi anya ansha wonya sika ni di ye to di party BH me ba ya me promise me ba me ye usei oman ni nkoye Ghana mpanifo ni da so ho ayese mu nyina mo kam hu bom because the way Amaro ma say no se man kam hu amoma anya ne ma ye ba kakra youth no ye ne be solid emma ni konti ba di mochi because the youth an kam mom ni afa ma ni mochi a ma dwi se mu mfio nipa bia mo ba ka sakese ne di mochi mo se state resources and oman ni senke mo nwene ye ho omaya nyame ache bibia kede ne ye hawo omaya nyame ache bibia me se me no kase ya youth asori oboase park edawa omo pese omo bobo wo so a eho kwa na John Mensa be bobo waka to bobo and MP ni DC pese omo di tu galamsey you ta sorry o the video no kwa wan kan betime ya chrom you ta sorry say yeah na ya bobo so from titi AGA time and MP or boss is say me di tu galamsey because uniano ya MP or DC ko bi ma so asay na tie ya fo play ko bi ma so asay na tie monwi ya ho kakra because ye na ekoto abama mu ye na ekoto abama mu ene ye mpanyifo no wan nsem twefo ne ahemfo so amo so mo sori na mo nka no kle because mo ka say wom na ohini bia no obeka so onya politics then kam politician bia nwura yimfie emeka se me ba me yesi ama mo nyina mo ka say wom ti ahemfo no man ko hye kire ye na mo sori because asase no ya mo dia na nsen ya wasa east ni akwati na nahima o tu galamsey wo school there so video ni obo ase pack down no this NMC so the two galamsey you to so amount ya se wa kofa boys abegu so say o buy bebo school ho isa ade we e kwaso o ma we mu a e be there you to sorry anya say you to yen sorry o yes sorry ba o sorry e the police tata o the soldiers tata o man so e nyina e man yaslamo empanyifo am wo ma we monwi nipa wo because mo ba ya dwuma mo mia bi ma obi anye ya kwan nye yensu onye ti say you to sorry a wan fa ne tia nwura ba bia ne anya kro no a na ne ekoye galamsey de ya me say you to no ekoye galamsey no yenim nipa o she galamsey na chi o ye kwa kwa ko bo you to tu
all right very well Shakur ye fancy an kan no ye ba sa ba nchan ya hwefo no dodo na o ma ba kan ho zoom so no ye ma akwanya quick one na mumu ba ko ne mienu mo nsem bi ka wetima ka de otwato a wode the presentation eba Raphael Afo Williams HB abetene kono so ye youth activist also Ghana Dana Kuma Super HB abetene ka but ansana no be so mama ko zoom na mo amo no mama mo pru mo minimum kakra na ensem ni bia mate ensem ni bia afom asum no ne mo ka fa ho no na wetimi aka enti se rule ni se ba ko kasa no mamu YouTube sound no said be ya yebete oni akro enka dignity rights ultimate nka mama sha say free wo dignity rights with you dignity rights yet you
thank you very much
Cause ye sound no shada yi dignity rights ultimate come am tio okay Henry kasa ye tio Henry ye tio I don't know answer that my ni aye hwehwe no but etoma ye de betum na afei but me ati omu nyina wa bra omu edi dwumadi na chi where your first virtual forum aye ahead of the 2024 general elections nia otwato a obetere nka Raphael Afo Williams also on the topic Ghana baby aye free baby aye drew and normal say e de ne betima ye na Ghana na ye nyina ye hwehwe no yensa etimi aka Raphael etio
better Ghana phone say sometimes when a baby say me ba kasa bi say ana me ran ho kakra but Kwame Nkrumah ma yi ni da so nti Ghana be ye na my presentation me ba be and I think say ni no I would center most of it no in no e won nsema Kwame Nkrumah kan and I think say me flag name ba nti say komikon nanka e say you flag no but emba ne de ona me fama de go ko yanka ya say bia Kwame Nkrumah e kan I think say a topic no and they said do we have this Ghana near one is it what we deserve Kwame Nkrumah can say on the July 10th 1962 Kwame Nkrumah saying we shall be measured our progress by the improvements in our health, our people, by the number of children in schools, and by the quality of their education, by the availability of water and electricity in our towns and villages. On this said day, April 2nd, 1964, I say we cannot afford to be caught off guard. Let us unite in discipline and determined actions to defend our heritage and maintain our independence. We've been caught off guard. Yashre Ghana na yana no koma ye no. Yashre Ghana na mpanyimfo bi di omukra to e ka se Ghana we e oman a yakko from nananom breso ansa na politics e ba beji oman no so e di esi wo. And Kwame Nkrumah e de politics e beji Ghana no. When janesa when ni swade huru bi se na mi sate kasa na me kase bibi a ye bobosia na se ye wo man we mu bi a ye diska ye no e ya de a e se de dachi papa bre o man no na so hwa asem akwa me Nkrumah kan wa anu mi a me ready eno particularly because of the education and the number of youth away school and na ye ka se ye Ghana hanum ye mbisa se emofra papa sen in wo school simi na school sababa bempo in ye dey mo ko. The basis of all development starts from the human capital we have as a nation. Until at the end of the day, if you need nipa, omote omaino, enyoma omu wase, omu wonim dia, omu wowo, enyoma omu wono diombe tumidia yehu, na ama infaswaba so ama omu tia sende eni nchimba, then the omaino any future. Yembisa yehu. One of the things that Ghana hano mo na me han comfortai ka ebi tu omo ho. Who are you? Do you know me? Mako school. I have this degree. I have that degree. I have this. For the first time ever, I mean who say school ho ban faso kakra recently ye lithium contract signing ya. And not to give credit to the Netrimu ya ni desi isi ase bi onu in America, but to give credit to somebody like Professor Jampu and other people almost sorry said, no, this lithium contract, it is something that we need to look into. And we all are going to add our voices as well as our knowledge. Because at the end of the day, classroom school. It's not like you people schooled in the skies or any planet. We sat in the same classrooms with you. We learned the same thing you people were being taught. And at the end of the day, you chose politics and we chose whatever we are doing now. It is at the end of the day, say, you people shouldn't make it look as if someone, because you are politicians, you hold certain level of intelligence. This lithium contract and other contract that has been signed in the name of Ghana, there are issues with it. And this is the time we need to rise up and say enough is enough. And we can only do this when we have level of intelligence and understanding. Be our mind we say, from your basic education and the first papa. Kwame Nkrumah believed in this ideology. Kwame Nkrumah believed that we can only be able to achieve the Ghana and the African if only we are going to build the foundations right. We lost it. Today, we have a president, Obabe president. In fact, Ghana need to just like Peter Tosh or one of the reggae artists, they can say, as far as you're a black man, you're an African. No matter what, by a president, or a British. And another thing, we believe in education. We are going to make sure that we put a lot in our education structures to give hope to the youth of this country. Me banami school papa bremo. Free education policy. Eye so bia to me kobi. Yesire mu pe na yesewo. Ye baba ben la general mind no bia to me ako school. Which kind of basic and secondary education are we giving to the people? And how do that go Kufado can never tell me. Say UK akolabi enna ye ka say kita laptop e wo UK de tiadua say enusua de. Now do danko Kufado can say STEM or whatever it is you see we are so much dealt with snogalierinos and about the dabrofono. And it's so like sickening that we live in a community that even the educated people, and then Namika say, for the first time ever, who school whom was to do with this lithium contract. Because school for a woman or neno, they rise up to challenge government when they are not doing things right. Within their society, so much, when things are not going right, they rise up to speak about it. But let's come to ours. And family home, I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer. Put on my because ya kwine ya one woman majority of them in your papa. And all civil engineers and architects for your bit yama. To be sign a contract like I said, your maiska. Name mum ya contract no who said no. Gutters ye in the 21st century. Ye get this kind of gutters. A be hard journey in the next 10, 20 years to come. They all sit quiet, aloof, and watch things destroy as a nation. And at the end of the day, we are the same people that will sit somewhere and say, oh, say, Ghana, today as we speak, everybody wants to get the opportunity to lead the country, especially the youth. And the saddest part of it, you say, doctors for Johnny, lawyer for Johnny, nurses see Johnny, engineers see Johnny. Everybody wants to get the privilege to run away. I didn't hear because things are not right. The things are Kwame Nkrumah say will be measured with, we veered away from it. One most important thing, security. And it all boils down to the kind of educational structures and investment we are doing in our education. Then, we don't think about the future. Or maybe our resources can see a today, as we speak, wow, shame, wow, radio, wow, TV, so internet, social, Zoom, airshare. We all know, say, new day slavery, koso. It's Kwame Nkrumah say we shouldn't lose guard. Today, as we speak, you can say nurses for mra, teacher for mra, engineers mra, we are doctor brabi. Oh, baso anu manu webusieni yamba. And this is the strategy. When you are being given the main applicant visa, now do you two kwaina? Yase for our girlfriend there, now now whatever count one afane bra. Ubape, the country cramp you. No working. Because when you are visa no for in adibe green, but the system no has been programmed in such a way that we are to be sign with him, but over to be mad until we came. Now we are bebunu already from 28, 30, 35 going now. You are tempted. Say, what do umra oba be bobra, oba ware, oba wo. Into uwa oba no edeni British acronym. They are building in Bebunu. They need the young people to be able to take over. Yet the end ye kum Bebunu no in ye pamu mufi kronim. What are we doing? And many wu Bebunu in a ye tire hon e kontokwa. Ye MPP, ye NDC. In the cry, you will make no much job and take us. Oh, yes, Modia Mudam Namuye de day, and that third force, now why, and Nuniano, a Bunu in Topahunu, and you try a Honieko. Just setting up me and beside and say, what is the problem we have as a people? The problem is that we, the citizens, haven't been able to identify what the problem is, to find solutions to the problem. And it's so sad. Say, ya won't call for. Omude assembly mekan earlier on. No. Do you know me? Do you know who I am? Do you know what school have you attend? What level you're doing? I hold a PhD. I hold a whatever. What have you been able to use your masters and your doctorate and your PhD to be able to affect a change within the society where you live? They call it butterfly effect. Smaller effects, gradually you're building. Now we sway a kakra, and it becomes something bigger, and it affects the society. Let's grow as a Ghana country. Let's be citizens and not spectators. But if we don't they understand what it means to become a citizen. Ghanaians, we are not being citizens. Almost say your that, almost say your future, and even that of it is sad. This is the time we need to rise up save the scholars. Long live Ghana and God bless our homeland Ghana.
Yes. May I show some wood do na mo bomb some baby amobia Raf and Akasan Ivan Che Innocent Akasa Sansona Omar Shakur so Akasa bomb was zoom no in less than 3 minutes meeting e bana wie eti mama mama China quick questions bi amobia matimi ebisa ya beba phone lines no so ya beba mo kwa na mo so ma frɛ na ma kyerɛ ma dwen ti zoom so why ready out there man so Henry I'm talking Henry so automenka Konimo kasanientie Kasa yetio
Pesa men kasa kufu ado de oye Ghana no de enye kra enye hwezu mi so nipa beble ba o mugusu ye nyina ya nkwa adwuma ye ofie no mu
was it zoom so mumudu do da buni adwuma ntira mu so yetio koso
ka hwe kufu ado ntie hwezu mi so da mo ka no kra me kasa fi adenta buktu nie hwezu mi so nipa beble ba o mugusu mu nyina ya nkwa adwuma ye ofie na kufu ado de mimi nim se body card no bi ntimi fa to bi mbonu nkunu kra ma kufu ado mfi
Dabi asem we de ye twi han wo film say as a media house Mr. Wada but at least wow Mr. Wada we de asem we de ye twi han wo film and mempese ye bufuo no se de sitie bia na yen hye ho so why me mfa kasa no enko ma me hwese metimanya another person answer my ba me panelist no abante no sha atade yellow no ma me nko ne nchen the o sha atade yellow no pastor frost the o sha atade yellow no tin ho no ebusia frost
Pambeta mikasa kaka.
Yetio.
Papa krom ha ya wo no. Mimi ya kwantuni mikata na miti na maba vacation for months. Me ba 2 weeks ni. Ghana sika yen na naska na she. O se san sika. Me wa kwantuni na my wife agrobi no ba business ska me tro ska ma sen eta me akufa ka me ni me nkofo bi mo kata anya dia ya me pampa me ka no mo ino mu nyina o mo hye ho mo to plant mi be fi obi wo kra wa ka ho mpeso beba ebi akufa do ba be o meba Ghana be adwuma na from ka to mo so mo bla na kufa do pa o mo government wo pa o mo bla be adwuma mo mpeso Mini labor 2014. Me go back 20.
But as ne the other abeka the asoso no me sama da ade a ye pese ye ne se wabra ye wo zoom no so yana so obi kasa e amundu mo microphone se de be ya ye betima tioni akonenka na nkofa feedback ahodo nso me fra eye ene na ye tie nim no wa eti abante ye o se yellow ya kasa ma hu se abranti we bi dampam a ono no o hwe denden do dampam a o se atade fitaa no abu say your say what would damn pam now wo easily go on your friend say pam now na get you Every say, okay, let me go to the lady. Madam, your first say. Hello, madam. But you're on mute too. What do you know? Now you're
this is high time we are here to rise up against all this policy. Say, yeah, we are going. The betterment of
okay, all right. But I say, anyone drink, me for 2 more. Now, yet me at the Zoom, dear no abanaria. A brand here, Anas. So, what to mean, car? Nana Samoa, yes, Nana Samoa, if I know.
Oh, Jaman. Make us a Adenta.
Adenta yet you.
Oh, no Adenta.
Yet you.
Me pacho ya kufa the morning in Kasaka kame na eya. Dey come na eya o. Eya papa. Me dey ha me cry a bet no. Dey ha me cry a bet ties na dey atoso no. Oh. Acha se won't mean so.
Asama low red.
Mate. Eja yet you. Kasa yet you.
Mpacho, your family Eric make us fi adesu.
Eric Kasa.
Yo, obe PMO ewo Upper West Akim District Capital adesu a. Eye your former DC, eye Honorable Derek Asifu Bequin. Ebo modian etimi ene aban no e konhihye mu ma omusi e kotoku factor. EDC Upper West Akim. The name Eka say 8 good years. Aban we factory nesi wa. Factory ni eguso epro etete ambebru ewo Upper West Akim mu hi adwuma aye. Enti ebesre yuta omo Upper West Akim and it everos say. Yebe sorry ato abapa nyame ya aduma 2024. Amaye de aban papa.
I say me who say me nua wisdom head jome ewo fidie no so me hu da and abranti a wo share atade yellow so be dance pa me he so baba ku mi so be kan ho da bi obaba ku bia mai wisdom ma me to kan wa bra ye rap a
for the tamu nyina e to mo pa energy pa
me he so baba ku so be kan ho da bi obaba ku bia mai wisdom say ma presenters no na fe enkomo no yemfa ma na wie obia ne dia woka ene ohawa eda ne peso aso na say ne regional ehia na woka ho asem obi kra de okọ extreme na okọ no look beyond and so no kind so we said the ano yi see ye no free wa da bi odi na ni kire na ka bibi efa the mood and temperature and I say your friends say tension in the country kwamba so ne yebetima fa manage sa no ma we nyina no ebufo na wo mbabunu nim no ye ncha na enkodi emu e na fe so wa bra ye koye nim no o kan ni ben ne ehia ni su no etesai Ghana next stage no what kind of leader any you deserve mama cha sem free Umar Shakur
yeah me da say me chia ahwefo ni tifo nyina sisi e de leader ehia no ye leader o mesum party obesom oman ni nyina because me no nyina ye ti wa ye ka say you to be ade no ko ekodi party echi because onim say party ni ba power odi ni be wura baby say ye koto abai leader ye koto aba ma ye wadwen say oba besom oman we nyina odo oman ni ye de ka ya brobos ya nenso oman no nipa wom oman Ghana nipa wom se nipa bi obeba say odwen oman no ho adwen nipa ye to aba ma no ho a bibi bia no say o man we be kwa hochilim because nyame ache yade nyame ache bibia ni sanke ye ko ba bi kura ko selesla de enti leader o ba de ade a yesre na ne se onsum ye nyina Ghana fo nya ne party nko enya ne party nko de enti a youth ye nyina bebre di party bi ache ye nim se o mo oba a obeti du awura ba bi
and wuti abrante na okasa ozum so say Wa hwese ye nyina ye Google. Ye ni adwuma.
Ye ni adwuma ye enti so on se part we wo apan de na mame kodi na chi. Chama mi do chi o. So on aye ba. Na me amani wachi e. Ebia mi nwa rafo ntimi ni party bi achi. Tu ba wo be so mo party. Sa na na ekoso.
The leader wo dwen Ghana.
Ye pe leader wo dwen Ghana nya party ho.
Me da say Ivan also wanu ye ne say.
Yes, I think yes, starting the business Ghana ben na ye pay.
Yes.
And I think the simple answer yeah, Ghana young people can live in dignity. Ghana people can have self-confidence and economic independence as be one night will be for basic things. That is the kind of Ghana yepe. So me say the Ghanaian dream is possible. But a better possible, what kind of leadership na yepe? Leadership, governance, politics, kroma, abaya self-serving counter. Like abiana no buffet, the CC ho kwa o serve. Few people na access to the room. When they get there, they feel themselves to stupor. Okoba to no coffee, no asiamba biem. Now wa be fele, no kono coffee. There are countless number of people out there. Awunya kwan emura room num. Na odidi meya na akotwe na wo fasiensa na odina be wuram. But nipa mo access to enter the room first. The padodo na ejina bonten no. Politics is supposed to serve the interest of the people, not greedy fewer. Sabi omakonaivo in the name of partisan politics and capture political power. And into what is happening. And to the panobano in your tumia. Ednan said there is no fiber of leadership. He thinks it's an opportunity to build a cabal. It is an opportunity to raise his family. It is an opportunity to make wealth. But we will be Indians and now Tanasia. Just look at Kwame Nkrumah. A dine na oni. Sikado sena na owogu banks. Isi leguaman for a princess nensase na yesen. But today every single book in Africa I talk about politics Kwame Nkrumah din wo ho. That is how rich he is. Enti ubetimi asidan we isi ukro bia nkai wo. There are man for maba Nkrumah nya sika na se for omowu omobusia for kran kai omo. But Nkrumah awu for several years. Why? Because he left a legacy that transcends beyond generations. So we are president. The best you can do. What is it? So you'll be it is not about money. It is not about what. It's not about yetana ye presika. You can't water. There are some who define as water having in excess. Obizuba catch say who reduce your needs. Exactly. That is another way of defining wealth. And tebia wo hear cast be brain as for me needs so the little that I get, I'm able to satisfy myself. That is the kind of country we need to build. So leadership must not be a self-serving country where few greedy people connive in the name of partisan politics, capture political power, and they serve themselves. At the deep and then nipa don't know more consistently, no. Now more bread. Right. So that is a kind of leadership. Now we just a Ghana ben yepe. Yes. That is the kind of Ghana we seek.
All right. Afo also Brem Raphael leadership ben and a leader ben and you deserve.
Nipodi ye ni mu kan ewo man mu no Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. We need leaders. We don't need politicians. It seems after Nkrumah a champion, the rest of Ghana Soniniano air politicians leaders say eniswade hu bi ewo mu ni so
mame mfato
mankasa no omo pese omo achieve ebi ene akosombo dam Kwame Nkrumah had a vision. When yesi akosombo dam wie no Ghana literally went on bankrupt, but enne akosombo so ewo mfaso ema Ghana enuni leader any obia otnase hu se no, even when na yem starting building atomic bombs ne ade bebre wo wiase no yem building atomic station e Ghana. This was somebody who had a vision. Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. Like Minia Ivan Kyei untumi nkasa Kwame Nkrumah dan ye 16 e wa Accra ha na busua fie bi sia ne ma wa ha ne ebi ni ho omo wo bi mpa. It's what they've worked for. But a leader is somebody who say, I am just living in a short period of time, and that period of time, I have to impact in the life of those existing and those that will be coming after us. Those are the leaders we need. But as an activist and as a young man living in Ghana, I think the country I say young question recently Burkina Faso I think so mo leader ni CC recently omo granting interview bia no mo bisa sa denti no ye cool and also no at every time or any point in time no so maybe edu baby it is right of the citizens you know to rise up. Somebody should rise up and save that country if you love your country. So it doesn't matter whether you're a military or you're a civilian. You can rise up to save that country.
But yet me fire kebi mami kebi amemo so enya san sakra no emi enya ne ebe. Eno na bia no yeto santre ko fo aba. Yeah.
Eno na mebu boba no. Nti if so be in a sorry o mine na hwan ebetumi ayewo ebetumi ayewe ebetumi aye Ivan ebetumi aye Shakur ebetumi aye me but Shakur adwene madwene wadwene ene ye kabuma ebe ye kese sisi aye mbegunu no our problem seems to be the same we have the same problem unemployment issue rent issue transportation issue chese bibia nkoye ewo manyim embegunu hu tsere omo wo man we mu ankasa and Yemisa ya say solution ni epese de solve problem no. Ye so disconnected. Ubia ne de yanko. Una so selfish. Selfishness. Metina he. Insu a menum ye ene me dasefo. Se me wo car me pe. Me ni car. Trotro wo ho, moto wo ho. Enu ntina broni ni mu nyansa edwene say we need to provide transportation system. Say de be ya unika when you break Konako bus stop na for basiko. A dobe kwaba emu efe kama ye trotro bi wo fu anhwa na eche watade eche systems ne so we need leaders on to build systems and you benya leaders on build systems say yam na system ne ba boy we demand for it. Ghana for don't demand for anything.
Okay, but I'm picking on that point. Na memra Shakur so say yen ye demanded for sa eye dayeso na na say sign suade hu no but ye drum pempenso bi wo ankra wo di adanse say ye kasa mu no akwaye amanyo me party a me dom nie de me party adwen kire nie enti hwa na me ngina ede ni wo say si wo Ghana ha ye bedu sam pempenso na we get to appreciate say baby e wo say ekonie na me rise above eye partisan interest na ma prayer pesade no
say ye kan say see me tuwi minim ne me pe say mampani bi ba oye bibi na eboa ye nyina ye nim say ade mampani we ye beboa leaders ni ade ye omunim say me oba say to abama me to abama onim say ade we ye ba obedi benya akunya na adwe asesa sana Ghana mpanifo ne tie nti omum na ese omo sesa omadwen face azana youth ye wa na yenso adwen atete ni because ye
mama na sesa omadwen face
mpanifo no
akandifo no
omum di anim na ekoto abama omo no ese omum na omadwen sesa first because the
omadwen benya zra
Shakur
obabem manwe
so I say ese omadwen is here Ghana kabima min kami na ese nyina ho yentimi nkofa tuo nkofa bibisi de kwam timpanifo na isi adu election year say election time ye nyina ekwakoto aba panyi wesi say yakotuma sa panyi we no oba na adwen sesan no nsu be se ne oman de tia netie tizie se panifo ni di kan nya oman no ho do se kwa me nkrumo nya oman no ho do no because oba na wo nya oman no ho do na
no mo kasa obo dan ne di so oman ne do makoma so I believe in Ghana
so after that no oba ye be hu se nipa we ade oba kan ye no sa na Ghana leaders netie sana mche so oba obesom party bi o join ni o mesom Ghana fo no so oba no wo man no do se misia mi wo sika obi a wo ba bia wo ajapade beble politician bi o wo Ghana bia ba bia ni wo ha o ma we team politician bia ba bia ni ya obi ma so edi entia bi ko man ne nye tu ya obi a wo dwena o man no na wo ani da so o man na oba ya wo ba ye ne meye
Matias Ivan Brem same question say edi na wo say si wo memwa Serbia ye be rise above partisanship interest. Na ye nyina ya kabo maka say when ye person of mine. I say ne de ani e kire. E de na wo say si.
Wo say until say ye be ya nhihye ya obia be hu say sabi talent na ade ewo ni mu e enough a ohia to get something to do. Say ya nya na sa na answer na obenya adwuma ye ana obenya ba bia hye obenya certain privilege bi no e based on the kind of role politics na yeah and as partisan politics no do ho. That is why I told you so. There is this influx of a lot of idiots are going to party because on him say that is an easy way. I'll bet me take it to wealth or power. Because system no and based on any merit. It is about the timi kasa. So I know the day charge humana as to whether the person ewa jenya yade no any consideration.
My typical example. Now na bolare ne gabi otreda ko edi nkomo. A question to man and say adentina mobusha fon bebre mo wa ben sa. O se ye ni akọ school a ya ben nya ya bodni krata. Itu ya da fom ye say yakọ school na ye nya bodni krata ya ben ye se fata se ye benya ye betima ye adwuma sa. Baby no ka kono no. Does he have a point?
Obia betima politics. Politics ya ye. Obia betima ye bi. But enyo obia betima ye leader.
But so the point was
the mere fact is I just don't want to go there.
No, all point.
I don't want to go there.
No,
na Ghana who Mako school Ghana. You see that argument, is absolute nonsense, and I don't even want to go there. You see, Ghana who Mako school. School, but me say few people and when it comes to leaders, a few people can do. That is what the last time I was telling you, sir. You need to be very empathetic. Our humanity, our center. Now, what vision? You know what you're doing. You know what you're about. Basa now to front and then you know the kind of direction of mine. But we have placed people or no ankasa krano or he doesn't understand. I don't know what to hono. For the atuano. Adia won't to me the soa then at the bay. I shall not be say. So I bay or be a cancel go asuma osa. We be cancel go. So there is no clear path. But I'll pass on Maya. You need to put down a blueprint. In the next 20 years, say this is the pathway I call, and Nema obey a directive toward that particular path. But it needs idea because partisan interest in us for override the overall national discussion. Answer a baby, there must be a collective bargain. Majority of the people, that is always I say, I don't see people, I say NDC, MPP a problem. Any problem. The problem has to do with we the people. Okay, you can America, two-party the duopoly exists, but that collective bargaining, and I'm saying Nipano or making those bargaining based on needs and then necessity, now not because of where the political allegiance in the way towards and always they get the government to do the right thing, but how many people within government will be willing or not criticizing Abang? Even in opposition, how many parties in the opposition or no in opposition things are not going right? Nobody bold enough. Now I criticize it. We haven't gotten there yet. That is why this sensitization goes to say we are just trying to empower young people. Say it doesn't matter me. I don't have any issue. NDC, MPP, wherever you belong, just have the courage to rise above partisan extremism, partisan activism. No, but that is the only way. That is why I make us say we need to transform ourselves to become like sentinel gatekeepers. Now you shepherd, now you protect your democracy because power, yes, corrupted. It doesn't matter what the higher cancer here. Mom for to be my and nobody is checking us. We will do the assesses, but when we realize that there are intelligent people out there who are watching us, and we will be guided. That is why in the UK, I did happen now. Obi am fortune because Prime Minister Tiso, or not resigning. He knows.
But your system ni Ghana.
No, you need to get that.
You need institute. For instance, your legislature, executive, your judiciary. I'll be here in the as a check on each other.
No, that is not.
In the case of LGBTQ,
no. The best check in any democratic dispensation, the best check people can put on leaders, the kind of vigilance that will be activated by the people across the political divide. Legislature, part my back, part your back. But people, you need to be vigilant. That is why I'm telling you, UKAC, the pressure I call Boris Johnson. So now from the executive, not from the people, because he knows there is this respect between him and the people. I have to resign. Then you go away. When we get to that level, now we build the audience, citizens. We are very intelligent. We are emotional because emotions are very dangerous. But we have invested too much emotions into politics. By emotions, are toxic. The last time I met some people, now I was telling them, say, I did love. No more can say Abrantia Kawara me don as for but after 2 years, do you know why? Because there is nothing like love. Love never means a respect, a trust, and a bit of emotions and a combining. And to say emotions in the doors no override it, not trust and respect in you are useless. Wherever you go, ever fall, you fall apart. That is why and over human rights court, a marriage court, you know, Nipa, Nanwanda, among your wedding, way soon way or mutual pictures. Uncle me and Okunada because the emotions were too much. Respect in that trust.
Whether I say, Raphael, for you to us here. Yeah, born no.
You see, or mine say na you know meritocracy. Okay, say you be fine fan you be do then you be that system you be. You see, when we have people who merit positions and they more now more vision to understand the problem and where to or how to solve the problem now. Need to tell them what's it you all can I say? You know, I've watched Ivan, I've listened to Ivan, and anytime having him on board, you know, is like only problem. Only asem crack can be. Asem no wakani niya. Time ana Shakur kasano kase mi say your best stress and can paying for. You see, conversation amo feel so pompous. Yeah. So I say omo you okay to do whatever they want, and at the end of the day, no, just say meanwhile. Na do dan kwekufo ado ba be president wo man mu o ka asem we o se nkofo nam no mo ka se meme nam ina me pachew enya mo ho na 2 minute wo mekoso apa mo chew asramo. That means they know the power the people have. Yeah. The constitution I did go my way. The last stanza of the constitution and as some kinds of preamble said or say the powers of this constitution in Yano, sovereignty lies in the hands of the people. So to me, you know, our president our your friend is in our it is something to say and sakrebi be buy free Kwame yen ye be shase Kwame enda ye kasi me fi Kumasi be do enra dum so aba na mai do so aba okay me was on go for bigger so you are metumi aba wa obi agieginim say e light me dum na keke e mai no dia ya ye o papa no ye cold store na ne kasa na de bi fufro I honestly say come here adwuma yeah say and that is where people always think say we are doing politics but we are trying to psych the mind of the people so that ye be hu baby a ye ne nkofo kasa ye ne ombe kasa Matias ye meba ye bre na nya ebre na ye bre wie but Ghana ye hia no ye Ghana for ti omo hawase no mbe sori a fight for the omo hwehwe se bibi nya ma sisi ametie me de matade akoma tailor ni me hia na Monday di about program me command last week Friday me kwa a check so wanya Friday nyum me kwa jema de akopetela for the amano and make sure say me jira no so mo apama de amame but the no ye to story a OTCC no a platform my friend PENDREAM TV and I uti story no na o feedback hu hia empa story a watie no any story be a platform no so bia watie a opese o my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ate won ka Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV